Baby animals should always be surrounded by love, warmth, and care. The habit of animals adopting animals is a built-in nature in the animal kingdom. Those creatures instinctively know this, and they prove it with their own example. Here are the list of unbelievable animals adopting other animal species. Bone Digger is a 500-pound lion who looks far more ferocious than he actually is. Then this 11-pound dachshund can't get enough of Bone Digger, and vice versa. But it's not just Milo the dog that Bone Digger is seeing. In fact, a whole trio of wiener dogs consider the lion their best friend. Bullet and Angel are the other two wiener dogs that stepped alongside Milo to help look after Bone Digger when he was only a cub. Is the big cat dogging dogs? Monkeys and dogs are completely different species, so it's not natural for a monkey to call a dog mommy. But one pooch has adopted an abandoned baby monkey in central India and is raising it as her own. The pair have become inseparable, according to the residents of a village near Seoni Malwa. The good doggie suckles the baby monkey and lets it ride on her back. This bitch is said to pay more attention to the monkey than to her own puppies. Think that's a bit off? You may have heard about dogs adopting kittens, but that's not too weird because none could eat the other, right? Well, Jess, the English Springer Spaniel, lives on a 180-acre farm in Devon, England, where she happily helps her owner care for her flock of 270 sheep. She even holds bottles in her mouth to feed 4 orphaned lambs. Her owner taught her how to hold a milk bottle, and she did the rest. It's so cute when she runs across the field gripping the bottle. Jess helps carry other feed and farm equipment and gets rewarded with bleeding affection from the sheep. I guess sheep can be warm and cozy when you stop seeing them as lamb chops. A rhesus macaque monkey adopted an adorable puppy in Rhode, India. After watching the monkey defend the little dogs from strays, the locals were so impressed that they set out food for the two unlikely buddies. To everyone's surprise, the caretaker monkey was so compassionate that it even let the cute puppy eat first. People who have seen the two adorable wild animals spoke of their strong mutual affection and described this animal friendship as the most magical thing in the world. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? A male lion cub was born at a zoo in Sri Lanka, but his mother rejected him. Zookeepers were concerned, of course. They wanted to ensure the cub grew strong and felt loved. And since a dog's love is evidently unlimited, they decided to try and incorporate him into a newborn family of pups. At first, the potential new mom was not interested, but it only took a short time for her maternal instincts to warm her over, said the dog's owner, Heshen Mendes. A little lamb named Dottie was also rejected by her mother. This is not your average-looking lamb. She is the result of crossbreeding between a purebred white Dorper ram and a Dorper and Van Rooy ewe. So little Dottie came out speckled. When she was rejected, her owner, John Bolton's dog, was there for her. Given that Zoe was a Dalmatian, it was only unnaturally natural that she took the little lamb immediately. Zoe and Dottie became inseparable. John shared just how wonderful surrogate mom Zoe was to the little lamb. Gebra is one of Geordie's owls. He was hand-tamed since he was a little spooky birdie and eventually blossomed into a gorgeous spook. One day, Geordie's heart almost dropped when he saw a kitty appear close to Gebra. The owl was going right at him, and ow, with its large talons bearing down towards the kitty doesn't look good. But this story was just getting started. The pair became the best of friends, and Foom the cat did not mind having to jump into a tree to be close to his buddy. I bet you're loving this. Show us how much on the like and subscribe buttons below the video. Ruben Gaviria, a resident of Colombia, rescued a wounded squirrel kit and presented it to his cat that was nursing her own kittens at the time. The cat took to the squirrel as one of her thicker-tailed kittens, and the nutcracker began to get his strength back. By the way, this is not the first known incident of a cat and a tree-climbing nut-crazy kit. In another case, a squirrel kit named Rocky was nursed by a cat named Emma. The new mom even taught the young one to purr like a cat. Animal adoption stories can make you go nuts. When a gosling finally emerged from one of the eggs, Mrs. Halsey was amazed to see her peahen adopted, even going as far as tucking it into bed. Mrs. Halsey, who runs Howe Park Farm near King's Somborne, put some eggs under Valentine the peahen, and this very tiny yellow thing came out. Valentine has been very good to the gosling. She walks it around, shows it what to eat, and puts it to bed at night. This dog is just a natural mother and started taking care of the little piggies. When the piglets started suckling, her body started producing milk. It all started one day when the piglets escaped from the Spectrum Plants Gold Coast nursery. Treasure, the dog, sort of went after them and acted as the mother, keeping them from one spot until Mr. Trevor, who owns the nursery, picked them up. Treasure was a stray who may have lost her own cubs. Mr. Trevor now says she's become very much a part of the family. A hen was astonished its owners on the Stropfordshire farm after taking little puppies under its wings. Mabel took a liking to the pups and now keeps them warm by roosting on top of them until their doggie basket. Owners Edward and Roz Tate of Shrewsbury mentioned that Mabel waited until the puppy's mother, Nettle, left them before hopping onto the basket to keep them warm. Nettle is now left out in the cold, pining for her puppies in the yard as they nest with their crucky adopted mother. This story is about animal rescue. Ingo, on the one hand, comes from a family of strong and often ruthless police dogs, but she has become very protective over a 1-year-old owlet. Their bond is as strong off-camera as it appears to be in Tanja's photographs. They are said to respect each other and can somehow communicate. Even though Ingo is much bigger and stronger, it is clear he would never hurt his big-eyed friend. Their attachment is definitely mutual. They love and care for one another. Don't let anyone dictate who you can and cannot love. Show us some love on the like button. This is as close to paradise as you are likely to see, except the lamb is a full-grown sheep and its snoozing partner is a baby elephant. The unlikely bond between Themba the elephant and Albert the sheep has taken nature reserve wardens by surprise. The 6-month-old elephant was orphaned after his mother died in a fall down a cliff. Themba wouldn't leave Albert's side and the two were often seen exploring their enclosures together, with Themba's trunk resting on Albert's back. From the moment that Catherine was found in an empty rental apartment, the orange tabby has been searching for a family to call her own. Catherine's life changed once again when an orphaned litter of puppies arrived at the house. Immediately, the cat developed a bond with the pups, calling out to them whenever they cried for food. She attempted to soothe the puppies by licking them. The little doggos were initially confused about the gross PDA and would move away from her, but Catherine persistently licked the dogs to soothe and groom them, and they just warmed up. The bottlenose dolphin community inhabited the northern part of Rangiora Island for a decade. The marine mammals had a history of bringing young animals of other species into their group. In 1996, researchers observed a newborn spinner dolphin swimming in the split stream of an adult male bottlenose. The behavior, known as echelon swimming, is a common interaction between mothers and calves. Over the next 2 years, scientists regularly spotted a juvenile spinner dolphin, often with a particular adult female bottlenose, although it's not clear whether it was the same individual they saw as a newborn. A van cat and a fox in Turkey appear to have become best friends. These two are often seen playing together in eastern Turkey on the shores of Lake Van, a saltwater lake and the largest in the country. According to local fishermen, the pair were first seen together when they shared some fish left over from a fisherman. They soon began to play and have been at it for over a year. The orphaned otter cub in the video was placed in a group of badger orphans whilst being reared. Once the hand-rearing had been finished, the group was split up so that the badgers could learn how to do badger stuff, and the otter could learn other things. All the wildlife cared for at Secret World Sanctuary go through the process before being released back into the wild. But these guys decided to stay together. How precious is that? Coco the gorilla is famous for learning a number of hand signs from a modified version of American Sign Language. But less well known is the fact that she absolutely loves babies, despite not having the opportunity to give birth. So in celebration of the ape's 44th birthday, her trainer Francine Patterson introduced her to some other babies, a litter of kittens. During her meeting with the kittens, she made the sign for cat followed by baby, telling her trainers the kittens were now her adopted children. She also asked for one of the kittens to be placed on her head. Well, here's our sign for like and subscribe. Hit them once and we'll always keep you on top of our minds. At a zoo in Thailand, a tiger mom lost all of her cubs and was so sad that she no longer wanted to eat. Realizing that the animal would die, her caregivers opted to give it baby piglets in disguise. To everyone's surprise, the tiger quickly adopted them. The images in the Facebook post show the bond between the zoo animals at the Sriracha Tiger Zoo. After that, tigers and pigs were trained to live together as part of an experiment to tame the tigers. Herman the pigeon and Lundy the 8-week-old chihuahua found themselves on the same dog bed at a New York-based nonprofit animal sanctuary. This is dedicated to giving pets with birth defects a fighting chance. These two cute animals seem to be rather comfortable with the arrangement. Herman is a permanent resident at the Mia Foundation, where Rogers regularly brings the bird outside to take in the great outdoors. It was after one of those outings that Herman met Lundy. Which adoption story melts your heart? Do you have a pet animal that adopted another? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, give us a big thumbs up and leave us some love in the comment section. To keep up to date with all of our awesome videos, be sure to hit subscribe and turn on your notifications. Until next time, do take care of yourself.